Good afternoon. Welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting, and today we're going to talk about how can I speed up my case. I have a lot of examples to share with you. Of course, these are case experiences that Ting Law Group actually has completed, and a lot of success stories as well. Welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm here to solve your immigration problem, just share information, and maybe it can even prevent the problem from happening in the first place. And when that happens, they'll save you a lot of money and time and stress. Now, here's the deal: most people are just sitting on their case, waiting and waiting for a decision or waiting for an interview, just hoping that US government will suddenly change the visa refusal to something else, to visa issuance, or waiting for an interview. And not just months, but years could go by in waiting. Keep in mind, you can't have this mentality that I don't want to use the word like entitled, but you can't have this mentality that you think that just because you paid a fee to the government, USCIS, that magically it will happen for you, that your status will show up at your front door. It's not going to happen. Okay. It happens for most people, yes. But, ever since we started representing clients for suing the government, called mandamus lawsuit, we have noticed that there's actually a lot of people that need this help that are suffering very similar circumstances. So, by the way, folks, if you are new to the channel and you just joined us, welcome. Go ahead and please subscribe down below. We share tips almost every day and updates about the law, things of that nature, and even updates about reform. Of course, it's all just talk right now about reform, but hopefully, if you know someone who is a U.S. citizen, hopefully they took the opportunity to vote on Tuesday. Now it's Thursday, and we're still trying to find out who the senators are for 3 states. Um, but anyways, okay, this is something. If you're not familiar, we do have a free guide available on our website. Okay, it's greencardguys.com, and what you can do, it looks like this. Okay, right over here, we have several different guides depending on if you're being sponsored by a company, if you're considering to be sponsored by a company, or you're the company HR department and want to learn more about it. But we also have about family-based pathways and also mandamus lawsuits. Now, a good amount of this information is available on the USCIS website, for example, or the Department of State, but we make it as concise as possible because, of course, there's just so much information out there. And ours also includes, in addition to answers to common questions, but also an estimated step by step. Okay, because that's what people are always concerned about. That's what the main question is: how long is a case going to freaking take? Unfortunately, whatever time it took before the pandemic, you pretty much need to at least double it. Okay. In some situations like work permit, they're finally separated out the processes tracks so they don't process the EAD at the same time they're processing the AP, advanced parole. So that's a good thing. But keep in mind, if you're not sure if your case has been pending processing too long, that's okay. Our team is here to help you, and you can click or give us a call at this number, 720-740-4247. And our cares team, when you first chat with them or call in, they're going to ask you a couple questions, try to see if they can point you in the right direction, maybe without even speaking to one of our attorneys. But of course, if there's a way we can help you represent you, then they'll definitely try to find some time so you can chat with us. Now, but of course, if you're busy and you're at work and you just found the video, found a channel, appreciate that, and you can go to our website, greencardguys.com. It's also a link. I'll pin it as a comment down below after the show. But here's how it looks when you go there. We try to be as efficient for you as possible. Click on Contact Us, scroll down, take quiz, just answer a few questions there, and our cares team will do the best they can to call you. Hopefully within 24 hours if it's a weekday. It's getting a bit tough on them, so we're building the team up so that they can, of course, train more. We can train more people. I feel like we train our team much better than USCIS. You would think that I don't know, maybe they have a really good training program, but maybe just not many people want to work for the government, probably, or work at all. So I can understand to some extent, but we are here to help you, friends, and solve your immigration problem. So, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but if you're new to the channel, we do offer free 15-minute preliminary discussion, consultation, because, of course, here on YouTube, there is no attorney client kind of privilege here. This is all general information, not case specific. All right. So take it for what you will, because I know there's a lot of lawyers out there, even some non lawyers sharing immigration advice. I think that's kind of course, YouTube can't stop that. So, um, anyways, you just have to take your own due diligence. Okay. Go to our website, check out our Google reviews, see what we're about, give us a call, have a better idea. I hope that when you do call in, you'll get a really good sense of how our team operates. And you're always welcome to ask those type of questions. I think it's very important that you do your own due diligence, because when people call in and they tell us about their previous lawyer or their current lawyer, and they don't even hear back or receive updates, I feel so bad because they paid a lot of money. Which, by the way, if you are not a client, but if you were to become a client with Ting Law Group, we do offer your ability to self-schedule an appointment to speak with one of our lawyers. It could be me, it could be one of our associates, our stellar associates. So, um, anyways, we make it available Tuesdays and Thursdays at a minimum, free up to 15 minutes included with your package. And I'll talk about those different plans in a bit. But right now, what I want to share with you is a mindset block that some of y'all have. And some of you are stuck abroad outside the United States waiting for your visa to be issued because you already had the interview. Again, some of you already are waiting for the interview also, but for those that have um, are stuck and maybe that you have H-1B visa or you don't have the visa yet, but you were approved for it, your employer petitioned for you, and maybe you have a visa, like a visitor visa, valid for a certain amount of time, still valid, you can still come into the US. It doesn't mean that you can't come in. But I think what the issue is that, of course, if I were not a lawyer and if I went to the interview and they asked me to fill out the DS 5535, which again, I think is ridiculous. But if you fill it out and you might think, okay, well, I should get the visa in a couple of days, maybe a week. They got to verify the information, which it's all silly information. And where are they going to use it? Um, if I believe it, asks for like the last 10, 15 years of addresses, all your social media accounts. I get it for social media because they want to see if you're posting about terroristic, for national security reasons, probably. But not everyone has their profile public. So that's something you want to consider. Probably put your profile on private. Um, I know some of y'all are trying to get those hits, okay, impressions, but when you're going through an immigration process, not to say you've written anything bad, but they really, in my opinion, I don't think they need to know all the information. Okay. Um, so, anyways, maybe I'm just a more private person, other than this YouTube thing, of course, because we're sharing tips. But anyway, if you have a question, folks, you're welcome to drop it in the comments, and I'll try to do my best to answer them. Now, so how you can speed up your case? I mentioned this the other day. Tip number one is called expedite requests with USCIS. Okay. And that is, you can do it on the website, uscis.gov. I'm going to share it on the screen here. Okay. USCIS. And you want to go expedite request. This is not for the entire case. Okay, folks. This is just for certain situations. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, there we go. And yeah, you might be wondering about this. Does it actually work? It sure does, folks. We've got so this is for USCIS. Now, if you have a case that your loved one or you are abroad outside the US, then this will only work for the step number one. Okay. For what's it called? I'm going to drop this in the comment section so y'all can have it available to you. And we'll pin it as a comment later on after the show. So take a look at this. But if you, let's say your petition is already approved and got this done, we've also, after we submit requests for USCIS to expedite request and got that approved, granted, we also did that with NBC, and that was also granted, approved. Now, that doesn't mean your application itself will be approved, but this will push it along. Okay. Now, unfortunately, not everyone qualifies for this, as you can see here. It depends on the circumstances. Let's say severe financial loss, emergencies or urgent humanitarian reasons, and reasons related to nonprofit organization that somehow affect the cultural or social interests of the U.S., which is pretty broad, and then U.S. government interest, of course. So anyway, that give you an idea. Happy Thursday, Sheldon. Sometimes I forget what day it is, especially now that I'm going live every day on the weekdays. Um, but yeah, drop a comment a question in the comment section if I can point you the right direction. And let's see here. What else can I share with y'all? Yeah, so that's step number one. Option number one to expedite requests. Option number two is a lawsuit. Okay. And you might be hesitant to do this, of course. We get a lot of calls about this, and people say that the common question, can can I file a lawsuit but not have any consequence to my decision? Or some it's phrased a different way. Will I be denied my visa or application if I sue the government? Look, on the USCIS policy manual, it actually encourages you to, as an applicant, to file a lawsuit against the government when it comes to at least naturalization applications when someone wants to become a U.S. citizen. I know it's strange because they're supposed to make a decision within 120 days after the interview, and they don't have that explicitly stated for all types of applications. That would be a little nuts, to be honest. But this is why we're on YouTube, to share this information, because many people don't know. All right, so it can be any other application. Of course, I know a lot of y'all are frustrated with the processing times pending, um, but it still not might not meet what we call the unreasonable delay. So you do want to call in. We encourage you to call into our office or any other lawyer who does handle these lawsuits, because not every lawyer does have the legal ability to file a lawsuit in federal court, because you need, in addition to the state license, you need to have the certification in that court that you're filing. So in some scenarios, we're able to, if I don't have myself or another team member attorney on our team has certification in that specific court, we contact local counsel in that area to file it. Okay, because the default, you could file in District Court of DC, but we know that many attorneys file there, and when there's more cases, means more delay, right? So we prefer to file it in your local area where you live or where your company is located, for example. So let's see here, folks. So yeah, that's a lawsuit. And then people ask, well, how soon can you get a decision? Check this out, folks. We just had a resolution. I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago. The lawsuit, after you filed it, I cannot promise for everyone or at all, but after we filed the lawsuit, there is another step called service process of service of process, basically meaning we have to deliver the complaint, the lawsuit, to those agencies, just as if it was a regular lawsuit, not involving the government. But that has to happen, and sometimes that delays it, because that takes another week or two, because we have to use U.S. Post Service. Uh, but the case I want to share with you is that it just happened a couple of days ago. Today's Thursday. Yeah, I believe it happened Tuesday. We were still in the process of serving the U.S. agencies. Some of them were served already. The U.S. attorneys were served. Um, but fortunately, the system, even when you file a lawsuit, the agencies are somehow notified of that. And so they were able to get the visa after we filed the lawsuit. I believe it was about less than 3 weeks. Okay. So it doesn't always require us to speak with the U.S. attorney, in the sense that to negotiate to get that visa get for you. Sometimes filing a lawsuit just by itself can just be the right prescription to your problem. Okay. So don't wait. If you think your case is just taking too long, you're not too sure, give us a call. Fill out the form on our website, and we'll get back to you. Our cares team will chat with you to give you, better guidance on that. Okay, folks. But of course, again, if you don't have time to call in, that's okay. Check out our guide on our website, and I'll answer some more of your questions right over here. Okay, folks. Um, and again, if you want to unlock those free 15 minutes for a free consultation, folks, we have the secret code so you can unlock it. And here it is. It also has our 5 main benefits of you hiring our team. Green card guys, you could have guessed it, of course. I do need to change it. But anyways, there it is. Use it, share it with the cares team. And if you don't mind, share and save this video if you need to have these tips for the future, okay? You might not need it now. Maybe your case is processing normally, but even the processing time table on the USCIS website, don't believe it. Don't believe that is appropriate, okay? There's some cases that are processing 24 months, like a waiver 601A application. That just because it shows that doesn't mean you should wait that long to file a lawsuit, okay? It really just depends. There's so many different applications, so our team can give a better guidance in a consultation, all right? All right, folks, thank you so much, and I really appreciate your time. But keep in mind, we're going to be on live Monday through Friday as best we can, unless, of course, take care of business. Talk to you.